In Consumer Corner, we take a look at trends and products creating a buzz here in China. On today's show, we'll discuss China's so-called high-quality counterfeiting industry and how it evolved into a major economic sector that supports the livelihood of a southern town. In Putian, a small coastal town in the southern province of Fujian, manufacturing fake Nike shoes is a huge industry that employs nearly 10% of the local population. However, unlike many other Chinese towns with the all-too-common counterfeiting factories, Putian stood out in its ability to produce high-quality counterfeits capable of fooling even professional quality control personnel. Putian's factories have gotten so good at producing shoes that could pass for Nikes that people have taken to honoring them with the paradoxical title, legitimate knockoffs. Like many other coastal towns in southern China, Putian was open to trade in the 1980s following the government's reform and opening policy. By the mid-1990s, Putian had become the, quote, town of shoes that provided an abundance of cheap labor to overseas investors. Amidst the manufacturing boom, some small factories began tapping into the counterfeiting industry by stealing production diagrams from official manufacturers authorized by foreign brands like Nike. According to a report by the 21st Century Business Herald, these factories spent years studying and mimicking Nike's manufacturing techniques while cutting costs in production. Over time, some of the counterfeiting factories managed to crack Nike's secrets and mass-produce knockoff items. Now some counterfeiters have become so confident in their techniques that they no longer feel the need to rely on stealing diagrams from Nike. A factory owner proudly said that the workers could figure out how to manufacture high-quality knockoffs simply by studying Nike's product promotion videos. Some factories even managed to produce knockoffs before Nike's official product launch, stepping way ahead of the international brand in terms of production. The 21st Century Business Herald reports that the finesse techniques of these counterfeiters have even lured some authorized Nike retailers into signing secret contracts with them. These Chinese Nike retailers were quoted saying that the rent and personnel costs go up every year, so mixing high-quality knockoffs with original products is more cost-effective than maintaining an all-authentic inventory. Another reason for these authorized retailers to team up with counterfeiters is the lack of supply from Nike itself. Some retailers complain that Nike only authorizes them to sell a very small quantity of in-demand products. In order to keep up with demand from Chinese consumers, these retailers have taken the risk of diluting their inventory with some counterfeit shoes. Many of the high-quality Nike knockoffs produced by factories in Putian have been exported to other countries, including the U.S. and Russia. In 2007, nearly 300,000 counterfeit Nike shoes were confiscated by the police in Brooklyn, New York. Most of them are reported to have been shipped from China directly to the United States. The New York Times reported that the police had a hard time tracing the source of these shipments because all customs declarations documents appeared to be forged. Local media report that many counterfeit factory owners in Putian were actually quite proud of the incident, saying that it was proof of their success. Some factory owners went as far as claiming that their business has helped develop Putian's real estate industry because they have leased over 40% of the town's property and converted it into factories. In recent years, the development of e-commerce has opened even more doors for Putian's counterfeiting industry. The 21st Century Business Herald reports that with online sales growing, now over 200,000 of the 3 million residents of Putian are employed in jobs related to the town's ever-growing counterfeiting industry. Chinese netizens have responded to reports of Putian's counterfeiting prowess with a mixture of shame, pride, and everything in between. Weibo user Po Lei Yao Xi wrote, "Whether it's aircraft carriers, fighter planes, or things we eat, wear, and use, everything is fake. We really deserve to be called the nation of knockoffs." Another netizen spelled out the views of price-conscious Chinese consumers. Quote, "If the knockoff and the real thing have similar qualities, I wouldn't mind buying the knockoff." A Weibo user took a different tack in defending the counterfeiters. Quote, "This only explains that real Nike products are worth the same as high-quality knockoffs. The extra money on the price tags all went into product development, advertising, taxes, and employee paychecks, which inflated the final retail price by a factor of 10. Finally, one netizen stepped back to look at things in terms of China's push for indigenous innovation. Quote, "When will we have our own brands? We have more than enough production capacity, but not enough intellectual property, innovative ability, or marketing strategies. Would we rather make quick and dirty money or develop an industry of our own? It not only depends on the country's business culture and principles, but also the ambition and ability of individual business owners." Apple founder Steve Jobs was fond of the quote that good artists borrow, but great artists steal. The question is, what would he make of the businessmen in Putian who've turned themselves into some of the world's leading counterfeiters?